This is Colonel Tracy Roberts, your pastor of prosperity, with words of wisdom and nuggets of knowledge. I'm so excited to be talking about money today, and we're going to be talking about the power of money. And the interesting thing with money is some people have talked about how that money changes folks. Well, the reality is money is merely a magnifier. What it does is it magnifies what you do. If you are a not so good person that likes to do bad things in the world, then guess what? Money will just make you where you have a bigger ability to do bad things. But if you're a loving, kind individual, which I believe you are, then money is just going to magnify your ability to do good in the world. You're going to be able to do it in a bigger way with money. And that's why I want to have the conversation about the power of money here today. You know, money has ears, and King Solomon, one of my favorite financial mentors in the world, he taught me that money answereth all things. And because money answereth all things, it has ears. So when I talk to it, then I'm going to make sure that I'm nice and I'm speaking nice words. If you speak nice to your friends, they want to hang out with you. If you speak bad words, then they might not want to hang out with you so much. So money is the same thing, and I believe that we're either repelling it from us or we're drawing it into us. We're going to be talking about some of my money friends today and the power of the money friends and how these, when I have a good relationship with them, these fellas, they can make my world a better place to live in. Now, some people, they say that they have this problem or that problem in the world. Here's what I learned recently, that if I have a problem and I can write a check and the check makes the problem go away, guess what? I don't have a problem. And so with money, I'm able to make a lot of those things that I might think are a problem. They just aren't a problem because I can write a check. So if your car tire, you blow a tire and it goes flat, and you have the ability to buy a new tire, no problem. If your engine blew up and you have the ability to put a new engine in it, you don't have a problem. If your house burned down even, and you had insurance and they build you a new house, it's not a problem really, because you have the ability with money to make things that appear to be a problem to be not a problem. So let's talk about our money friends. I'm going to introduce you to these individuals, and I hope that you enjoy what we're going to do. We're going to be talking about each one of the individuals on money, and we're going to start with one of my good friends, Dr. Benjamin Franklin. Now I don't know if this is good etiquette or bad etiquette, but anyway, we're going to be looking at it, and we're going to put up Dr. Franklin. You know what? I love Dr. Franklin. I love to have lots of Dr. Franklins with me, because when I do, I can do things that I might not be able to do otherwise. Dr. Franklin, he was a genius. Did you know that he created the Franklin stove? And the reason why he invented that was he wanted all houses to be warm. And so he made this cast iron stove that you could put a few lumps of coal in, and all of a sudden you would be able to warm up your whole house. Dr. Franklin also created the lightning rod, because he was in the fire department in Philadelphia, and they found that when the electricity storms would come, they would strike the houses and set them on fire. And he figured that if I can put a lightning rod on the top, run it to the ground, and now we don't have houses burning down from fire. Dr. Franklin also created these bifocals where you could look long and look short. And he just did a lot of things in this world to make it a better place. And that's one of the reasons why I love Dr. Franklin. And you know what? Here's what I found. When you got a few Dr. Franklins, it seems like people love you more too. But not that you need money to be loved, but when I'm broke, people don't want to hang around with you as much as when you've got some resources. and you can be a blessing to people instead of just taking from them all the time. Now I'm going to introduce you to another one of my friends, General Ulysses S. Grant. Now, General Grant, I love General Grant. The reason why I love him, he's got this little stern look on his face. So if you're talking to him, he's going to give you a little stern look, like, ugh. And he was one of the individuals, as far as generals go, he was one of the individuals that was willing to fight and to do his job. And so I like him. Plus, he's got the 50 beside him, so that makes him an even cooler person. I'm gonna introduce you to another one of my friends. Now, this is Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson, there's some interesting things about Andrew Jackson. They called him Old Hickory. He was the individual that was able to fight off the British when they were coming through. He made the world a better place, and some people have suggested that because he hated paper money so much, that's why they put him on the $20 bill. But Andrew Jackson, he was a great president. He was a president that had strong physical responsibility. In other words, he didn't spend more than he had. He kept the government in check. And so I can learn a lot of things from Andrew Jackson. What a cool guy to be. And then we're going through here. And this is Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton was the first Secretary of the Treasury. That's why he got himself on there. Now, me and Alexander Hamilton might not have been the best of friends because he believed in a very, very strong federal government and a weak state government. And so we probably wouldn't have agreed on a lot of things. But here's one of the things that I love about Alexander Hamilton. During the Revolutionary War, he was the aide-de-camp to General Washington. And so Alexander Hamilton took care of the great General Washington. And because of that, then I love him for what he did for the people. And so we can get along with him being on that $10 bill. And now we're going down to Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator. Abraham Lincoln, he can teach us many, many lessons that we can learn from the great emancipator. But one of the things that I love about him is he quoted from the Bible, and he said, "A house divided cannot stand." He kept the Union together. He was able to do some things. He brought us into harmony with this idea that had been written years before in the Declaration of Independence, that all men are created equal. Well, the great Abraham Lincoln gave his life for his belief that men are created equal, and that the Union, this thing that we have in America, this place where you and I are able to be prosperous and receive wealth in an easier manner, he's one of those individuals that made it possible.